I'm working on a little intake questionnaire form thing for personal tax clients. It's a way, I have one now, but it's a way for me to get all the information that I need without having to actually ask all those questions. And it allows me to provide like a list of all the documents that you're going to need for your taxes. So I have one of these because I think it's efficient, and I have been working on how to make it better. And it came up today that perhaps a home buyer's plan and a lifelong learner's plan is not clear. Maybe not clear, but let's talk about it. What are these things? So a home buyer's plan and a lifelong learner plan are plans obviously, that the CRA has, probably the CRA hasn't developed them, but the CRA administers them. And it allows you to take your RSP contributions and withdraw a certain amount tax-free as long as you promise to do something specific with them. And it's more than a promise. They don't just give it to you and then say, yeah, go for it. So a home buyer's plan is, it's so that you can buy a house, so that you could save for a down payment on a house, and you can do that. It's to support people buying houses. So it used to be that you could withdraw $25,000 from your RSP tax-free, and it would be part of this home buyer's plan. Now I think it's $35,000 that you can pull out. So you get all this money that you've already saved the tax on because you've been contributing this money to your RSP. So you've been saving tax on that. I talked about RSPs the other day, so I'll link to that if you're not sure what I'm talking about. Go watch that, then come back. So you've been contributing your RSP to your RSPs, and you've saved tax on that. So if you were to pull all that out, then you'd have to pay tax on that money. So what they've done to help people to buy homes is to allow you to withdraw that money without paying tax on it. But then you have to sort of pay it back, not sort of, you have to pay it back over the next 10 years or so. Sometimes they vary. And to pay it back, you have to contribute to your RSPs. So you contribute like normal throughout the year, and then when you go to do your taxes, you can designate a portion of your RSP contribution as a payback for the home buyer's plan. So what that really means is you're going to take that little piece of the repayment, you're going to take that repayment and you're going to take it into income in that year. So say you had a $35,000 home buyer's plan, and say you had to make payments. Say this year your payment needed to be $100. You need to repay $100. So of the RSP contributions that you made this year, you designate $100 to be a repayment, which means that you'd have a $100 increase in your income because you couldn't deduct it. Does that make sense? Anyway, so yeah, you basically pay tax on that amount. So it's a way to spread out the tax that you would have paid on the lump sum withdrawal over 10 years or so, 10 or 15 years. And it saves money in taxes by doing that, because usually what happens when you pull out $35,000 all at once is you end up jumping a tax bracket. And so you would pay more tax because you're in that next tax bracket. But by being able to spread it out over 15 years or so, you only have to go up, you only have a little bit of an income increase, so you end up not having the tax bracket jump, or at least if you do, it's going to be a small amount. So the lifelong learning plan is basically the same thing, but it allows you to pay tuition instead of buying a home. So the idea being that if you can pull out this money so you can pay tuition and you can go to school, you can get a better job, and it helps everybody, I guess. So the government likes to promote education, and so this is a similar to the home buyer's plan, where they're promoting people buying a house. You're able to withdraw money for tuition, and then it works in the same way. You have to pay it back over the term of whatever it is, 10 years or so, and you pay tax on that little bit of income every year. Sometimes what happens is you make contributions to your RSP and you have a home buyer's plan or a lifelong learning plan that you're paying back, but you don't designate a payment to the plan that you owe on your taxes. So then you end up missing the payment, which is bad. Even though you made an RSP contribution. So it's important if you're paying back a home buyer's plan or a lifelong learning plan that you are making the RSP contribution designation to be a repayment, or you can just take that little piece of the loan into your income without needing to make an RSP contribution. Just an important little thing to remember if you're filing your taxes and you have one of those two plans. So that was a really high-level overview of home buyers plans and lifelong learning plans. If you still have questions, because I didn't go into very many details, then leave them for me in the comments and I'll answer them for you. And if you have a long question or it's involved, I'll do a live video just for you. I'll see you tomorrow.